Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Joan Vassos Chock Chapple begin first Golden Christmas traditions. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple are celebrating their first holiday season together. The couple merged their two families together for Thanksgiving and are enjoying getting to know everyone. Following the holiday, they shared photos of decorating a Christmas tree. They are beginning their lives and adding new traditions. Keep reading to see their special moment and Christmas spirit. This is the first Christmas that Joan Vassos and her fiancé Chock Chapple will be spending together. The Golden Bachelorette said yes to his proposal at her final rose ceremony this past summer. The two have been getting to know each other and making plans for the future. They kicked off the holidays by gathering both of their families in Maryland for Thanksgiving. Then, they began Christmas decorating fun. The happy couple decorated their first Christmas tree together and even had a very special ornament to add to it. They shared their photos on Instagram. The ornament was specially made for them. It is wooden and says, "The Golden Bachelorette," and features a dress knit tux with, "Engaged 2024, written below the outfits. They also have stockings hung with each of their family members' names on them to include all of their children and grandchildren. The caption read, "Our first Golden Christmas. Special thank you to my friend at Catislayton Lettering for this beautiful custom ornament. New traditions #Thegolden Bachelorette." They both look very happy in the photos. Tons of fans and fellow alums commented on Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos' Christmas decorating post. One of those comments came from Bachelor host Jesse Palmer. He said it makes him smile. Jonathan Johnson also commented and said, "If I buy my own stocking, can we toss it up there too?" Joan replied back if he came to visit for the holidays she would go get him one right now. Others commented as well, saying how happy they are for her and Chock. One fan asked her if this was their new place in New York City. She responded saying it is her home in Maryland and they are still looking for the perfect place to get in New York. What do you think about Joan and Chock celebrating their first holiday season together? Do you think it is the first of many? Stay tuned for more updates on all your Bachelor Nation favorites. In the small, snow-kissed town of Everbrook, nestled between the frosted peaks of the Blue Ridge Mountains, a most unexpected and magnificent tradition was born. Joan Vassos, a spirited artist with a love for all things vintage, and Chock Chapple, a jovial, world-traveling storyteller, found themselves gathered around a fire one chilly December evening. The town had always celebrated Christmas with the usual carolers, feasts, and the glistening tree in the town square, but Joan and Chock, after years of friendship, decided they wanted to add something unique, something that would blend their love for history with the magic of the season. Joan had always admired the older, more personal Christmas traditions. The ones that were passed down from one generation to another, filled with whispered secrets and cherished memories. Her grandmother, who had grown up in a distant European village, often told her stories about the golden days of Christmas, when the whole town would come together to decorate a single tree, and children would gather around the fireplace, waiting for a gift wrapped in love, not paper. Joan's heart longed for those days, when the holiday was simple, intimate, and meaningful. Chock, on the other hand, had spent years traveling the world, soaking in the Christmas traditions from every corner of the globe. He had witnessed the grandeur of Christmas celebrations in cities like Vienna and Prague, the quiet elegance of Scandinavian holidays, and the vibrant colors of Christmas in Mexico. Yet, despite the difference in their experiences, both Joan and Chock agreed on one thing: the world needed something more than just the commercialized chaos that had taken over Christmas. It was on that winter night, as they sat beneath a tapestry of twinkling stars, that the idea for the Golden Christmas traditions was born. "The world has lost something," Joan said, her eyes reflecting the soft glow of the fire. "We've forgotten how to connect with each other during this time of year. It's all about the presents and the shopping. What about the magic of the moment?" Chock chuckled, his rich, deep voice warm with the firelight. "You're right, Joan. Christmas used to be about stories, not just shopping lists. People used to gather, share, and create memories that would last forever. Maybe it's time to bring that back, starting with Everbrook. And so, the first Golden Christmas Traditions was born, a celebration that would blend Joan's love for history with Chock's wanderlust for the world. They agreed on 4 foundational pillars, each designed to capture the spirit of an old-world Christmas but with a modern twist. These pillars would bring the town closer together, make Christmas feel special once again, and offer a warm, glowing escape from the hustle and bustle of the season. The Golden Tree Ceremony. The first tradition they created was the Golden Tree Ceremony. Every year, the town of Everbrook would gather at the center of the square to select and decorate a grand, golden tree. Unlike the traditional evergreen trees decorated with tinsel and lights, this tree would be coated in shimmering gold leaf, symbolic of the hope and magic of the season. It would stand tall in the heart of the square, a beacon of light for all to see. The magic of this tradition wasn't just in the golden tree itself but in the way it was decorated. Each year, townspeople would bring one item that symbolized their most cherished memory or wish for the coming year. It could be a simple trinket, a note, or even a handmade ornament. These items would be placed on the tree, with each addition told through stories, shared in whispers and laughter. Joan and Chock believed that this tree, golden and radiant, would serve as a reminder of what truly mattered during the season, the bond between the people, the memories shared, and the dreams woven together in a collective spirit of warmth. The Storyteller's Feast. Chock, having traveled the world and collected stories from many cultures, had always been enchanted by the communal meals shared during the holidays. In Everbrook, they would bring this tradition to life with the Storyteller's Feast. On Christmas Eve, the townspeople would gather for a grand dinner, where the meal wasn't the most important part, it was the stories. Each family would sit together, sharing a favorite story of their own holiday experiences or the legends passed down through their ancestors. The most cherished of these stories would be selected by Chock to be written down in a special book, known as the Book of Golden Memories. Over the years, this book would become a treasured piece of Everbrook's history, its pages filled with heartwarming tales of love, joy, and wonder. At the feast, there were no speeches or formalities, just good food, great company, and stories shared by all. Joan and Chock had carefully designed this tradition to bring people together in a way that would foster a deep sense of community, rather than division. It was not about who had the best decorations or the biggest tree, it was about creating a space where stories could be heard, remembered, and passed down through generations. The Lantern of Wishes. The third tradition was the Lantern of Wishes. After the feast, on Christmas Eve, the town would gather near the frozen lake just outside Everbrook. Each person would be given a small, handcrafted lantern. As the bell rang to signify the start of the ceremony, everyone would write down a wish for themselves or for someone else, a wish for peace, for health, for love, or for the fulfillment of a dream. When the wishes were written, they would be placed inside the lanterns, and one by one, the townspeople would light their lanterns and release them into the sky, where they would float like stars against the cold night. The sight of hundreds of softly glowing lanterns drifting into the heavens was a breathtaking spectacle, a visual testament to the hopes and dreams of the town. Joan and Chock believed that this act, this quiet release of wishes into the world, would help cultivate a sense of shared optimism, a reminder that even in times of struggle, there was always hope. The Gift of Giving. Lastly, the gift of giving was a cornerstone of their Golden Christmas traditions. Joan and Chock had both experienced the joy that came with giving, not just material items, but time, attention, and care. They envisioned a Christmas season where every person, young and old, could take part in acts of kindness and charity. From small acts like shoveling a neighbor's driveway to larger efforts like organizing a town-wide toy drive, the gift of giving encouraged everyone to find a way to contribute. Each year, the town would select a cause or charity, and the gifts given would support that cause. This tradition reminded the people of Everbrook that Christmas wasn't just about receiving, it was about what you could give to others, and how even the smallest gesture could bring light into someone else's life. As the years passed, the Golden Christmas traditions grew and flourished in Everbrook. Joan and Chock's dream of creating something that transcended the materialism of the season became a beloved reality. People traveled from all over to experience the town's unique Christmas celebration, and Everbrook became known as the place where the true spirit of the holiday was alive. And so, in the warmth of a small town by the mountains, Joan and Chock's legacy lived on, a shining example of how, through tradition, storytelling, and the power of giving, Christmas could once again become golden, just as it was meant to be.